If you're watching this as a playback, thank you for doing so. So if this is your first time, Say It Like It is basically a segment where we talk about eclectic topics. So people send me their stories to foodchannel1960 at gmail.com. My email address is in the description part of this video if you're watching this on YouTube. So if they resonate with me, I would make you anonymous and then convert it to a live stream session or pre-recorded content, you know. So don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Good evening. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Smash the like button. What's up, Milo? Nice speaking to you earlier. Kazim, Ayla, Ndolo. Did you know that you can join my channel's membership and support me monthly for the price of a cup of coffee? Like if you look at Isla Jacobs' username, you can see it's in green and it's just got like a little sign next to it. And Dolo has a little sign. They are channel members, all right? They support my content every month. I appreciate you, man. So you can click on, there's a button that says join. It should be under the video somewhere. When are you coming to Facebook live feed? If I stream with StreamYard, I can connect my streaming to Facebook. Well, Facebook doesn't really pay, and they're a bit funny with their rules and regulations. So I'm not really, but I can link my YouTube, live stream to Facebook if I'm using StreamYard. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Say It Like It Is. So let me say this very, very quickly. Are you from Warri? No, I'm not. I'm a Yoruba man. I'm from Osun State, Elisha. There are plenty of people watching, and are still going to watch later. If you're waiting for Ifa divination, please be patient, all right? There's a queue system, so I'm dealing with this in batches, all right? I will get to you, to a whole lot of people throughout this week, throughout this week till the end of this week, okay? Some people have sent them their, what's up, Ava? Their outcomes today. I'll be doing that through the course of the week. Just be patient, okay? Be patient, be patient. So if you're wondering what's that, Ifa divination, because I'm a practitioner of Ifa, so I have a service now where if you're interested, it could be partnership, compatibility, there's that guy that's eyeballing you. You want to know if they're the right person. Whatever questions you have to do with your life, it could be your children, whatever, and you want to consult with Ifa and all that, just bang me an email and then we'll get the divination done for you. So if there is anything that needs to be done after the outcome of your divination, you'll be told. It's as simple as that. So please just bear with me. I'll get in touch with you, all right? Because people are like, oh, Phrankleen, I'm waiting for my divination. Oh, I can't wait to get the outcomes. I'll get in touch with you. There's so much administrative stuff in the background, emails back and forth. So yeah, this story came from a woman that watches my channel like you people right now. So she said, met her husband, bit of a tricky one, this one. So met her husband back in Nigeria. And, they met years ago. They were dating and all that stuff. And then as the years went by, dude came up with the idea of traveling abroad, like many people. So they both decided that he would go to the UK first. So he did, right? Now, in just give me a second. Oh, brothers, look into the Drip Network, the best DeFi till late. What's that? So anyway, they both decided. So he came to the UK first, and she was back home with two kids, two young children. I mean, she was back home with two young children. So eventually he was able to file for her. But before he did, he had gone home at some point, and then they sat with family because they decided that he should go to the UK. There's all this looking for greener pasture and all that stuff. So he went home, he sat with family and all that. Now, according to the email, she said, and I quote, she said, he had to sit down with her parents and some of his members of his own family, and the agreement was he wanted her, when she gets to the UK, to look after the children and all that stuff and stay at home with the children and blah, 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 blah. No, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. They had one child. So when she got here, she got pregnant with a second child. So making two kids. So they had one child. So the agreement was, when you get to the UK, you look after the child and blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. You don't have to go job hunting and all that stuff. I'll take care of you, blah, 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 blah. So, and I'll tell you one thing, like the average African family, I can imagine that sitting, especially those ones who probably, they're not that wealthy. Traveling abroad is seen as a big deal, as something overly special. Everybody will, oh, yeah, yeah, sure, sure, no problem. The Lord will be with you as long as she goes with you. They want their daughter to travel, go abroad, go and start living in the UK with a husband. That's what everyone wants. Because at the end of the day, most of them sitting down, they'll be future beneficiaries of Forex, pound sterling, right? So what parent wouldn't want their son or their daughter to just jump on that plane and go and start cashing out and sending them pound sterling? So he said they had this she said that they had these very nice conversation, and she agreed, yeah, yeah, sure, I look after the child, of course, whatever my husband wants, blah, 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 blah. And they said, okay, cool. They have a bit of a get together, a bit of a send off, Eventually, she came over to the UK to join her husband, right? So when they got here, like I always say, before she knew what was happening, he knocked her up, got her pregnant. Then she had the second child, here in the UK. Now two children, right? So of course, she's at home trying to look after the two children. But after a while, children have grown a little bit. She's used to the system. The veils come off now. And how much the man earn monthly? What income he gives to the wife as maintenance money? I'm coming to that, Benedicta. Just hold on. So, she's been here now. There is nothing wow factor about the man's earning. It's not like, oh, he's earning £20,000 a month and is giving the wife like £2,000 or whatever to do whatever she wants with the children. No. He's just earning averagely. He has two jobs. He works tirelessly. All right. So the long and short of this story was he brought her here with a mindset of you stay indoors as with the children, just sit at home, and all you need is just food in the fridge and freezer, look after the children, and we'll be all right. But the woman soon realized that, no, I want a lot more than that, right? So she started looking at things, doing some courses online while she was looking after the children, and eventually got to a point where she called the husband, I'm about to step out. I want to go get a job. And then the fight started verbally, misunderstanding what, what did we agree, blah, 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 blah. And the wife said, no, I want to go get a job. I want to earn. Can you stop a human being, regardless of their sex, from earning? No. Should you do that? No. Now, somebody said, what's wrong in being a housewife? I'll respond to that. I'll respond to that now. So the fight broke up, okay? And this led to a major, major problem. So the husband believes that she is dubious, she's a dishonest woman, that she lied to him from back home so she could get to the UK and then pulled plugs on him. You dig? So it became a major argument, and he called her family back home. Now, the tone changed. The family turned around and said, basically, the mom was a tad bit quiet about it. Like, we'll talk to her. They've got all these uncles and aunties in the background. Everybody's trying to weigh in. But the dad eventually then said, if she wants to work, let her work. Sit down with your wife and forget about the previous conversation. Make do and see how you can move forward. But he wasn't having that. He was absolutely adamant and saying the agreement was she would stay at home, right? But the wife is saying, I know I said that, but I no longer want to stay at home. And this has left a major crack in their relationship. So at the time of this email, this dude is threatening her with divorce, that he's going to move on, he's going to separate. And of course, that's sort of left her in limbo, emotionally and mentally. She's been crying. She said, Phrankleen, I've been crying. I'm confused. He just doesn't want to listen to me, doesn't sleep in the bedroom anymore, and can't, sleeps in the living room. He's threatening to walk away, and it's broken her family in two. The dude's parents, who are her in-laws, are basically antagonizing her and saying she's a user. She used him as a springboard to get into the UK and all that. Now, let's unpack this. Now, that's the story. Short and simple, right? Because I know some people will be like, oh, somebody said there just now, oh, what is wrong with women? Blah, 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 blah. This, 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 this. I emailed you this morning. Have you read it, Phrankleen? It's urgent. I'll reply emails tonight, okay? I'm going through emails. Once I'm done, I get some food. I'll get to your emails tonight, all right? So, as I was saying, there are a few things that we need to unpack here. Because I know it would split people. Some people would say, oh, this woman is selfish, and stuff like that, yeah? I'm a reasonable man. And I know if we want to be narrow visioned about it, we would say, oh, maybe, I don't know. She sent me this email. Unfortunately, I really can't conclude to say, oh, she deliberately used him to get into the UK, But check this out, yeah? I would kind of agree that, oh, she said, but check this out. The reason I would kind of agree with where you are coming from, but the reason I would disagree with you, let me unpack it. Now, for somebody that has zero experience of the Western environment, for example, life in the UK, somebody that's never been to the UK, right? If that's living in Nigeria or Ghana or Cameroon, right? If you say to them that, oh, if you get to the UK, you're gonna do such and such and such and such, and they, let's say, they blindly agree out of excitement that, oh yeah, sure, okay, of course, whatever you want me to do, okay, to stay at home and look after the kids, yeah, that's fine, no problems. I'm happy, and more than likely, which is very common, she may have a totally different impression or limited understanding or even zero understanding regarding her husband's actual earning. People do that a lot. People do that a lot, especially if, most couples don't really share details. Some, it's very common. Like, especially for somebody that's living, miles away, husband's here in the UK or in the US, she may not know. And then she's never been in this environment. Let's look at this objectively. Now, yeah, sure, we're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I earn enough money. I'll take care of you. This. The first thing is, any woman, would like, any human being even likes comfortability. If the woman trusts you to, okay, I'm going to be fine. Okay. You're going to look after me. She would be thinking along the lines of, reasonable, maybe monthly maintenance money and things like that. Yeah. That's not a problem. And then she jumps on the plane with you and comes to the UK. She says he lives in a one-bedroom flat. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, for some years, he was by himself. So one-bedroom flat is not unusual. Now, depending on what part of the UK he lives in, let it not be London. And if you're earning averagely, because for you to be working, shuttling between two jobs, says a lot. Now, a chunk of that earning, if he's earning privately, even if he's earning via the local council, the local authority, a chunk of that will go towards keeping the roof over his head, yeah? And that's even minus, that's rent, minus the council tax, the gas, the electric, everything else, food shopping, transportation, and the list goes on, yeah? Before we then start to talk about how much have you got left in disposable income. These are facts. These are facts, right? Now, once the woman settles into the system, even if you bring somebody who is not that educated and stuff, they change an environment, their brain is functioning, regardless of what academic background they've got. Once they start to learn the ropes, start to understand the cultural difference, how things are done in this environment, start to see the jobs. Okay, what kind of job does my husband does? Okay, he works for this and this. This is what he does. They can easily, there's computer, they can go online, they can speak to people in the hairdressing salon, they can maybe in the local church, they can easily pick, even if you are not opening up to tell your wife how much you are earning. She says he has a full-time job, and then in the evenings towards the end of the week, like from Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, he does another job to balance up his earnings. So that in itself puts in perspective for me that the full-time job, the monthly outgoings takes a chunk from that. So he's got the second other stuff that he does to sort of balance up. Understandably so. So once he's done the food shopping and all that, now I'm going to drop one or two figures now. When he's done the food shopping and all that from the market, And she said he will buy the food shopping, he will do all that. And then he will give her like 200 or 250 pounds to hold, right? She said it got to a point that sometimes when it gives her like 200, sometimes it give her like 300 pounds to hold, right? Sometimes when the bills became like the outgoings became really tight, all sorts of things, sometimes he'll come back to her and ask for the 300 pounds or some of it to cover the bills. Do you understand? So that pattern triggered the woman's thought process. And let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. That's not comfortability. You cannot expect a whole king-size human being, right, to sit down on a pittance of 250, 300 pounds cash in hand because she's your wife. That's borderline commodifying the woman. And you expect her to find some heightened degree of happiness or gratefulness because you're giving her 250 or 300 pounds a month. No, I disagree. Because the fact that she wants more for herself, which will reflect positively on the family's finance, it's not a bad thing. You see, here in the West, and I'm sure there's plenty of you that live in the diaspora like me, before you can beat your chest to say you want your wife to sit down full time with the kids or not stress herself, start from like a minimum of £1,000 cash in hand, 1,500 or 2,000 pounds. Most people don't even earn that after tax, 2,000 pounds. Most, I say. Do you understand? And so the A's, formidable Z, you understand me? We make this big mistake within the Black community. How do you? It's the problem of the mindset, because you already see your wife as a commodity. Sit down, procreate. The woman might truly want to. Some women love the idea of being a housewife, and let's be clear: the job of a housewife is not a joke. In fact, it's not usually the role of a housewife is not properly rewarded. It's a very hard job. It never ends. Somebody said, let a compromise be made. Somebody said, be reasonable, Phrankleen. She does not pay for food or accommodation. How many full-time employees can even save £200 a month? What about wives seeing men as commodities too? LC, let me respond to you. You're saying be reasonable. See, I'm telling you the truth. I am telling you the truth. You cannot cage a fellow human being like you, only if that thing comes out of them organically. You can't ask somebody that, oh, you must pay the price. You can only pay whatever price you choose to pay. I get where you're coming from, but you can't. I keep telling people this: you cannot condition. I get what you're saying. Oh, some people may not be able to even save £200, and that's where my point is coming from. You cannot afford to sustain the silly concept that you've presented the woman with. It would have been better off if you brought that woman into the UK and say, okay, what is it? What skills has she got from back home? Maybe she's very good into tailoring, and you can tap into the black community for tailoring services, or she's a great hairdresser. You can convert those skills. You can commercialize, you know, the skill set when you get here and start doing people's hair, and she can be self-employed, or maybe people come home to do their hair. You know, you can work together to see how she would have a stream of income that would work in two ways, in her favor and in the favor of the family. Before you start telling another human being that, hey man, I want you to just sit at home and look after the kids, I'm going to give you 200, 300 pounds in 2022, forget that, man. Thank you. You understand what I'm saying? And I think, so let's unpack it a bit more. What is it? What is it that would make you, what's up, Dinah? What is it that would make you want your wife to sit at home? There's always, is it cause and effect? There's always a reason behind people's decisions. People don't just make decisions. What is the reason? There is maybe the insecurity. He wants a woman that he can keep indoors. You can't even afford it. You don't want other men to look at you don't want other men to look at your wife. Your home is actually the most dangerous playground. There are plenty of men that can come through the back door to smash your wife to smithereens. It's, yeah, control mechanism coupled with the toxic mindset. I digress. I had someone from my extended family years ago here in this country who he was working for a cleaning company. Did you hear what I said? And he didn't want his wife to work. The whole thing ended up in shambles. He was very aggressive. He brought her from Nigeria. He didn't want her to work. He didn't want her to go out. He was working as a cleaner full time for Southern Council. The whole thing ended in shambles. Utter mess. The relationship hit the rocks. Ojú ẹ̀ máa là. You can't sustain it. These whole thing where I'm going to, it revolves around insecurity. I've said it before. Now, if your wife was doing something, maybe like she has an online shop on Amazon or eBay, or she works from home of some sort, she's selling things online or whatever from home, and that allows her to be able to look after the kids whilst you're on the road, and it helps her to save on childcare. She's able to do the school runs, while she's maybe getting the orders online and stuff. That works fine for the family, right? That's a beautiful arrangement. Insecure men will always lose. Insecure men would always lose, man. I always say it. It's sad. It's the mindset from back home. The moment you commodify, see your wife like a bird. Let me use this example. See your woman like a bird. Let her fly. Doesn't mean I'm stupid. Doesn't mean I don't understand the boundaries of my jurisdiction. Doesn't mean you shouldn't respect me or I shouldn't respect you. Let her fly. Don't cage her. Don't come on. I'm attacking the mindset. If I was bringing my woman from back home, it would be a case of what is it that you've got as a skill set? What are you going to bring to the table? How are you going to earn? Do you understand? Because if I'm winning and she's winning, we are winning. Fact. I'm about to imagine it now. Men may have the ability to maybe you may be physically stronger than most women because of how we are biologically wired. Obìnrin ló ní ètekété. When it comes to emotional complexity and manipulation, I don't mean that in a disparaging manner. You can't defeat women. So when a woman discovers, when she's triggered mentally and she realizes that you're trying to force her into a tight corner, or you want to play the manipulation game, they will break you. You can't win them. Women, Obìnrin, Nigeria Connection TV, thank you for the super chat. No way. Obìnrin ló ní ètekété. And that's not to put men down. I'm telling you, man, it's been like that since time immemorial. Forget your forget your academic, background or your qualifications that you think. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just the way women are wired naturally. You can. Okay. Somebody's saying I'm surprised you're justifying this dodgy act. Agbaman, I'm not justifying dodgy act. Open your mind, bro. I'm telling you the truth. Sometimes the truth is bitter. People feel uncomfortable. They don't want to take it. I'm going to the root cause of the problem. You're a basic guy. Let me simplify this, bro. You're a basic guy. You're earning basically. There are some things. Let me take it back before I come back to it. Agbaman, I'm surprised at Phrankleen as well. You can be surprised all you want. And if you're angry, you can stop watching me. I'm telling you the truth. And I know some of you don't want to hear it because of how your minds are already formed. Let me tell you the truth. There are certain things you can get away with on the soil of Nigeria because of the environmental factor and cultural difference. They're not born you rich. You can't do it in the UK. Do you know it's very easy for a basic average man? You can keep a woman in Nigeria. On basic earnings or whatever. You can get her to sit at home with children. A lot of average guys do that all day, every day. You can keep a woman at home in Nigeria, in Africa. You can get away with that. You cannot do that here. We are surprised. There are plenty of things that, the environment back home will let you get away with. You cannot get away with it here. Okay, what rule in law? Let's address the mindset. What rule in law? Law, where is it stipulated? Because you as a man, you marry a woman, right? You're going to bring her from over 7,000 miles away. She must stay indoors on your basic earnings. But bro, come on, bro. Come on, man. There are men older than you and I that have tried this. In fact, let me also tell you, this is how some men end up slipping into depression, inviting unnecessary complexities into their own lives and destroying their lives. Believe that, man. God will only afford. You can't afford it. You're earning basically. You're at the bottom end of the spectrum. You want to keep a woman indoors. Don't go to work. Even if you are earning handsomely, you would do well, yeah, if you sit with your woman and it's a open, honest conversation, and your woman willingly says, babe, I'll stay at home. I'll sit with my children. Okay, listen, I've got to be on the road. I want to do this. I want to do that. Will you look after the children? So I'll do this. Okay, when I get this money, I'll give you this. I'll support the family with this. There's a mutual understanding. Do you understand? When that guy went home to Nigeria, when he sat down to have meetings with his wife's family, he didn't declare his UK earnings. He didn't show them how much he was bringing home. He didn't talk about his monthly outgoings. He went there. I call it fraudulent misrepresentation. He blew it out of proportion. Oh, when you get to the UK, don't worry about the bills. I'll sort everything out. You don't have to work. Look after the children. That gave false assurance to both the woman and family members alike, her parents. Did he go to Nigeria with the true breakdown of this is how much I earn after tax? I work 2 jobs. This is how much I pay in rent, council tax, gas, electric, and all that. At the end of the month, I can barely save £500. I want you to come to the UK with me, and I want you to remain jobless and stay indoors. That will cast a different light on the conversation. Exactly. That's why I'm saying, you dick. Sorry, Kazim. I'm streaming on my mobile, man. So, if, like I say, if you were perhaps honest upfront, now this brings a totally different twist. So, if I sat down with my wife and I say, hey, so you're gonna come with me to the UK. This is how much I'm earning. This is how much I pay that goes out every month, right? This is how much I get to save. Now, if you sit at home, I'll give you £300 a month that you can, I'll buy the food, I'll do everything, I'll give you £300 a month. Now, mom, dad, everybody are there witnesses. Are you happy with that? Now, if she agrees to that and then gets here and maybe changes, we can then start to say, oh, but dude told her, and then she changed, oh, that woman is in fact dubious. But that's not the case. You went there to verbalize your assurances. Did you show them the evidence? Did you show them? It's the same way you will see some people will tell you, I came from Nigeria. There's a video that I'm going to react to later on this week. I'll give you a snippet. Oh, I came from Nigeria. I had a 7-figure job in Nigeria. I'm in the UK now. Oh yeah, I started with a factory job. UK is a land of opportunity. I used to work for this insurance company in Lagos. I was at this level, but now I'm at the bottom level. I'm almost at the same level as the cleaners in the UK, but yeah, I give God the praise. They will tell you that nonsense to sugarcoat their self-imposed slavery and suffering. That's why they would never tell you, thank you, Justina Rogers, they would never tell you exactly how much they are earning. Because if you're working a factory job, we know it's crap. So the people back home in Nigeria would have a totally different understanding. Oh yeah, he's in the UK. Oh, he's got a job now. What kind of job? I watched a video on YouTube today, and the guy said, I'm in the UK now. I'm controlling a major restaurant. I'm a manager." And the guy asked him, "A manager? What do you do?" "No, in the back end of things, I manage a team." "What do you mean back end?" And then they broke it down even further, and he said, I control the back end affairs. So the guy goes, you work in the kitchen. Yeah, but I'm the manager. You're a kitchen porter. Yeah. So there's a group of you that wash giant pots and pans, keep the washing of the plates and all that going. And then you're like the supervisor of those people. Now, no disrespect to anybody earning honestly. But do you see, it took a lot of pressing and unpacking, and he looked really embarrassed. You see, he would take that and mislead a bunch of folks back home. Why did he conceal the truth? Because he's not even proud of himself. I control the back end affairs. I'm a kitchen porter. You're washing pots and pans. So perhaps you've got these unbelievable, set of skills when it comes to flipping the sponge and controlling the tap of water. That's why they made you the manager. Fair enough. Good for you. Do you see misrepresentation? But that's another topic. So back to this gentleman. Why are you laughing? Àlàyé ń fọ abọ́ ní kírakíra ni tó ń gbó gidi, ṣaraṣara tó ń mọ́ gidi. That's the truth, man. So I'm going to the root cause of this. The problem that people have is wanting to commodify women. Let's ask ourselves the question, do you just, it would have been nice to call in. I apologize because I'm streaming on my mobile. Next time, next topic, I'll make sure I set it up on StreamYard so you can call in. It's actually been a while since you people called in, man. Forgive me for that. It's okay if your income is more than enough, but some of these men don't even have a livable income. Thank you. That's the point. That's the point. Look, let's be clear. If I'm cutting a substantive amount of check on a monthly basis, there's nothing wrong. I can sit down with my woman and fine-tune my baritone voice and, babe, I've got a proposal for you. I was wondering if you'd be able to, help us for the advancement of the family. Whilst I'm on the road getting the bacon, of course, I have utmost consideration for you being my wife and the goals that you might have. Any sensible woman is already, all right, my darling, I'm listening. They are listening to you. Where is this going? Right? If you're able to look after the kids and all that, and I'll cover the bills and stuff, I'll give you even at the £1,500 to hold monthly, or £2,000 if you can afford it. There are plenty of women that would jump on that. Do you understand? Do you understand? And you like and go through that. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's not deceive ourselves, man. I'll quit, Tommy. You get, even if it's £1,000 or something for a start, that's quite promising. If I'm after £200, how long you want to put £200 in a pound and you want her to sit down tirelessly? Bro. And also, you haven't got the right to diminish anybody's personal goals just because they're married to you. That woman, for all you know, may have a personal goal of, babe, I would love to have a farm. I want to build a poultry. I would like to run a poultry business. That's your wife. She has the, or I want to run. What do you mean I made a U-turn on the topic? What U-turn? What U-turn? I think you lost the flow. I didn't make any U-turn, right? She may want to save money so that she can achieve her personal goals. She may want to do certain professional qualifications. She may even want to do personal things for her children. Why would you want to cage her financially? Sounds to me like you have sinister intentions. Yes, Hannah, thank you. Of course. Tó bá tọkùnrin ṣe, like if you tó bá tó owó, if you got enough bread, all of this conversation. Look at this, man. £2,000 monthly hold money. I'll be cooking and serving him dinner in lingerie every night. Sometimes I wonder how some black men do this to their wives. It's beyond me now. Let's call a spade, man. Let's call it a spade. We got to be true to ourselves, bruh. The basis of this problem, mostly insecurity. It's just insecurity, man. And then, you're self-centered. You want to keep the woman down. You just want them to make babies and all that. It takes me back to the point. From now, I will always tie my stories, if I get the opportunity, depending on what type of story, I will always connect it back to Ifa. Because Ifa is what I practice. I live and breathe Ifa. That's why it's absolutely crucial for you to do partner compatibility checks. Are you now encouraging women to be dodgy? Goodness me. I'm in a good mood tonight. No. I'm not going to block him. I'm encouraging women to be dodgy. Shagun, can I tell you one truth? Can I tell you one truth? No disrespect to women. You can't teach women on how to be dodgy. I don't think you understand. Men, we try to be dodgy. We try our hands at being dodgy. Women will take you on a journey if they choose to be dodgy. You can't outdo them. It's natural. So I can't teach them. You want to teach women how to be dodgy, huh? The question is, what level of dodginess can you get? Let's be realistic, man. What level of dodginess you get? And I don't mean that to say, oh, maybe they're criminals. No. You want to teach a woman to be dodgy? Are you joking? Women. Sheesh. You're teaching women to be hustlers. I can't even teach them to be hustlers. It's inbuilt. If a man wants to achieve great things in life, peace of mind, he has to first think of how his woman will be happy in what she wants to do. My man, thank you. Believe me, a happy wife is a progressive husband. Hello, Phrankleen. Hi from Bristol. A woman can be punishing you and you don't even know you're being punished. Thank you, Vince. Women are adults, so they are independent to live their life as individuals, should not be manipulated by some men in the name of marriage. Absolutely. What you can do, let me tell you this, is, of course, if a woman is narcissistic or it's obvious that they are clearly not for you, they are absolutely toxic, on a more serious note, you have 100% control over your free will. You can detach yourself from such woman and move along. You can do that, all right? You can bring limitation to whatever damage that you believe they are inflicting your life with. But you want to outdo women? Oh, they outdo her. Men can't defeat them. For years, men have bamboozled women with patriarchy. It's a form of suppression. You can't outdo them. They are wired differently from us. Even emotionally, mentally, women are wired different. And the way they are wired, that's why it's easy for a woman to have one teat in a baby's mouth. She's plugging the iron. She's checking the food on the fire. She's chatting to her girlfriend on the phone. If I'm wearing my socks on this chair, boy, I'm just wearing my socks. I can look into the distance and just be blank for 5 minutes. Women are not like that. Do you understand? It may sound funny. Their minds are, women, words, we have visions. Men, vision, I want to do this, boom, boom, boom. You see, this is an idea, this is a concept, this is a man. Women, details. Details within details. They will fragmentize it. That's why it's absolutely possible for a woman to have a conversation with you in 2016, 2016, 2nd of June at 11 o'clock. She will remember that conversation in 2022. And you're going to be like, yeah, it's the way they are wired. Men are not like that. I'm not suggesting that we are stupid. Men are not like that. So the idea of these bragging, you can't outdo them. You can customize your relationship environment with the partner that you are with to function on whatever level of healthiness you're aiming for you. My relationship is totally different from the guy next door and then from the guy across the road. You dig? So depending on who you are, that's not an accurate representation of how women work. That's over exaggeration. Of course it is, Paul. Of course it is over exaggeration. You are in fact smarter than them. If you don't get exactly what I'm saying, you cannot outdo women. In fact, let me break it further. You cannot outdo the female energy. In fact, you notice I'm a practitioner of Ifa. In Ifa, for those that understand Ifa, African spirituality, Ifa religion, Ifa rates women high. It's not suppressive of women. Don't come and draw battle lines and mark by down on it. You think what I'm saying to you is I'm trying to suppress men. No, that's an ugly mindset. The female energy is absolutely strong, unbelievable. If used positively, amazing. If used negatively, Deadly. The female energy. Whew. In Yoruba land, all of the kings, the obas that you see on all their thrones, men, the kings, the obas that you see in the front end, or Neofife, all these obas that occupy powerful stools. If you look at the order of things, they bow down to women before they progress, before they do anything. Behind closed doors, there are female energies behind them. So you see, most over exaggeration. You don't understand where I'm coming from. You think I'm talking about some random female you met in a nightclub? No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah. Sympology, of course. I'm a simp or de. I'm a kumeko. Nah, K, I will block you, man. You understand me? I don't give a rat's backside about your feelings. That's why I call my channel Say It Like It Is. I know you feel uncomfortable. You think I'm saying it. You see, you have judgment, you're suffering from judgmental poverty because you're basically your thought process is based on how you've been wired to see life. When you get knowledge, you see where I'm coming from. I don't sing Fontani. Apart from my wife, what female on here do I know on a personal level? Oh, you think I'm saying that so that the women, imaginary women, can love me or dare? You don't understand, man. I'm into Ifa. A bunch of people come to me for divination now. I take it to my Ifa priest. The greatest of energies, the greatest of energy, the female energy sits at the pinnacle of it. Hey, because you're blind. Hmm. No, no, no. Listen, when they say happy wife, happy home, don't misinterpret that. Okay? Nobody's asking you to subject yourself to your happiness to be defined by a woman. Happiness is a personal thing. But of course, if you have a happy wife, you have a happy home. Biologically speaking, biologically speaking, do we have the maternal? Somebody says, stop this Ifa stuff. Let me block you. You know, when you come to my channel to tell me to stop Ifa talk, it means this is not a platform for you. Okay? But to block you for a while. Go away, go watch something else. I don't need idiots here. You don't tell me to stop something. I'm not streaming from your father's house. This is my platform. Stop this Ifa stuff. Do you understand me? So, you see, when I'm talking about the female energy, it's only the stupid individuals that will think, oh, yeah, this guy is simping, he's pandering to women. What? There are plenty of toxic female energies that you as a man need to avoid. Do you understand? Not every woman who has the ability to get pregnant or birth a child is worthy of being called a good woman or the type that you need to align with. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Likewise, men. So when we're talking, it's not, oh, simping, oh, you're pandering. Oh, let me also say something. Why are you angry that I'm talking about female energy? It's because your mind has been destroyed by patriarchy. That's why. Why are you upset that we're even talking about women? Why are you angry? Why? Do you understand? There are dudes. This is one of the things I'm trying to change. There are dudes that, oh yeah, don't tell you, oh yeah, man, you're pandering. Are you dumb? If I have a truckload of things to say about women right now or tomorrow morning, I'll say it. You can jump away from my channel if you don't like it. You just say it. That's how we can get better. Free your mind. You understand? The reason some of you brothers have unnecessary, okay, oh, check this out. A guy sent me, he paid me for divination. Check this out. I remember this. He paid me for divination, yeah? And he was trying to tell the Ifa priest that he wants to do this and this and this, but he doesn't want his wife involved in this and this and this. Did you hear what I said? He told me in the details. He paid $100 for divination. He told me in the details. He's married with 3 children. Did you hear that? I want Ifa to help me check this, but I don't want this. Do you know what? When the divination came back, I didn't say anything about him to the Ifa priest. I didn't even tell the Ifa priest that, oh, this guy, no. Guess what? Guess what? The Ifa priest came back with the divination result and said, Ifa said, whatever it is that you're going to do with your life in going forward, you must always carry your wife along. Now, is that Phrankleen speaking? I read the guy's message and I understand that's a typical man. He's trying to hide certain things from the wife. Ifa said, whatever it is you want to do about your Ori, even any appeasement, you must carry your wife. I don't want to name the person because they might be watching me. I sent them the result tonight before starting my show. Did you hear what I said? Ifa said, you must always treat your wife nicely. Oh, is that simping? Because the energy of that woman will ensure that you prosper in life. I sent him the outcome of his divination. Is that simping? Ifa said, carry your wife along. There is also another one. There's a woman who is, thank you, Rashid, who is contemplating on divorcing her husband. But then she decided to check with Ifa. Ifa said, if you leave that man, you understand? Ifa said, if you leave that man, you will suffer. That is your chosen partner. Is that Phrankleen? I sent her the outcome of our divination tonight. If you like, go and fix up with your man. If you like, put him in the bin and go and be with someone else. You leave with the repercussion. It's not my life. It's yours. Do you understand? Thank you. Ifa takes no prisoners. There's no bias. You see, what we are up against here, the reason I'm saying this is we're trying to undo, we're trying to remove, because a lot of us are, you're an adult, I get it. You're set in your ways. The society, it's called societal mental conditioning. The Western template. Oh yeah, man, you're simping, bro. Oh, well, why are you even talking about this, ladies, man? Bro, you're a simp, you know. Oh yeah, you want all these women to pat you in the back, Phrankleen. Oh, Phrankleen, are you trying to shag those ladies, yeah? Why are you being nice to women? Bro, allow it, man. Stop talking about this women, man. Why are you so mad? Kí ló ṣe fún ẹ? So I'm supposed to display toxic masculinity just to prove. There is a movement now. Everybody calls himself alpha males. You know, yeah, I'm an alpha male. It was alpha male. It's not about toxicity. They don't even know the definition. It's like the same thing with all those ugly-minded women that don't understand the simple definition of feminism. They think feminism is about misandry, hating on men, being toxic towards men. It's the same thing. What if the husband beats her on a regular? Is if I'm sending her to early grave? That's a lie. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, my brother, I can tell you for free. Ifa is 100% right. Ifa won't put you in the hands of someone that will eliminate you. Do you understand? It's the same way when you give birth to a baby and they do akosejaye, they do that divination when a new baby is born to take a sneak peek into the future ahead of the baby. So the parents are well guided. Who is this child? What has the universe brought this child to do? Believe me, there are plenty of people that have come to me for, oh, let me tell you another one. There's a woman. She has just married a man, a particular man. She came to me for divination. And then she gave me two names. She said, Phrankleen, I just married this one. My mother previously said, this one is my husband. I think the mother's gone to do checks somewhere else. So the priest checked, and guess what? The guy that she married is not her husband. The other one that she's considering is a true husband. Now, Ifa has no bias. Again, it's up to you as a human being to make your choices, whatever you want to do with your life. Do you get it? But the true order of things for you spiritually has been revealed to you. To get a reading as well as a book to start gaining knowledge about Ifa. Yeah. Thank you, Akwetomi. What does she do? Was she able to divorce him? I've just sent her the reading outcome of the divination today. So I don't know what she's going to do. Do you understand? The reason I was saying this is that's why it's very important for you to do compatibility checks. If I would give you an account of the reading, if somebody is not meant to be for you, depending on what the situation is. There is one where the outcome of the divination was this man, the marriage will start off like it's great. At some point, his behavior will change. It will beat the crap out of you. He will leave you damaged and abandon you with a bunch of children if you have baby by him. That's what the Ifa divination said. What more do you want to know? There's another gentleman that gave me the names of 3 women that he's considering. 2 of them are in America, 1 based in Nigeria. And Ifa said, this one is your wife. Do you understand me? 100%. Not necessarily, well, just wait for next year. So, again, a whole lot of these relationship palaver is just based on sometimes who is this person that you are even spending. Let's go to the start. Who is this person that you've chosen to live life with. Who is this person that you're living with? Who is this person? You understand? Some men, they've only married you for well internalized reasons, not because they love you. It may be spiritual, that they know that Omologonia, you've got a bright energy that they can use unscrupulously to move up in ranks. They have been told that if you get with this woman, you have a lot of wealth. That's why he married you, not because he loves you. So he will use you for a climb and you will remain at the bottom. He will ensure that you have the basics around you. It's illusion of inclusion. You have a false sense of comfortability, but in the true sense, you have zero fulfillment. You'll be used, and vice versa. There are women, the evil ones, talking about the female energy now, that will have, they would see that this man, Ologoni, this man is going to make it, is wired for greatness. But the women have a primitive mindset. They are usually terrified that when he makes it, he might be looking at other women. Let me have him on the lockdown so he doesn't make money. So he remains basic. That way, it's manageable for me. And they will make sure they dim the man's light, spiritually speaking. There are women like that. Yes, there are women like that. They would tie him down. Oh, body's okay. Oh, mama, Bonnie. They wouldn't let him climb. Phrankleen, tell us how you left the church after so many years and got into Ifa. What made you see the light? I'll talk about that in a separate stream. I actually want to talk about that. I'll talk about it. So the reason I'm telling you this, the more your third eye, once your third eye gets activated and you start to get knowledge, you see things differently. So when a regular dude is telling me that I'm simping, I laugh at you. You think I'm in the business of trying to please. If you know me away from the cameras, some of you might have a hint of what I am like. If you are not anybody, you think I'm a simp. There's a giant red pill inside of me. A giant red pill lives inside of me. You think I'm a simp. You don't have an idea. Is this purpose of this story to advertise Ifa? Whatever you call it, Beju. Whatever you call it, man. If you call it an advertisement, whatever you want to call it. Again, I don't care. Your feelings, your interpretations are totally irrelevant. If you are telling me if these is about advertising, you can call it that. It's my truth. It's what I practice. If I talk about it 1,001 times in a week, so be it. If you feel irritated, why don't you go watch something else? Unsubscribe from my channel. On a daily basis, I get new subscribers. You're going to get replaced. Instead of you coming here and telling me, is it about advertising Ifa? I don't understand why people get irritated that somebody's speaking their truth. I am not forcing you to accept anything, but you want to dictate because you want me to talk about your Jesus, your sky God. You come, you start to, is this about Ifa? Why are you talking about Ifa? On my channel? On my platform? You know why? Again, it is what, can you create a channel for Ifa only? No, I won't. You'll always be a part of this channel. Thank you. But if no, 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 because if I was talking about Jesus and I was speaking in tongues, they would find that acceptable. I've said this before, I will say it again. Religious people are the craziest narcissists that you'll ever find. They are very narcissistic. Once you don't exist in their box and you don't speak their language, they become like a two-headed dragon. They want to tear you down. You don't have to believe in Ifa, my brother. You're my brother still. Look, I don't want to brag, but since I started doing this Ifa divination thing, and people are coming to me and I'm taking it to the priest, Ifa is not a religion. Ifa is spirituality. Okay? Ifa is spirituality. African spirituality. Isheshe is spirituality. Connects to the universe. Since I started doing this in the past couple of weeks or so, and in the past couple of weeks or so, and the amount of outcomes, when I read the divination outcomes for people, I can sit down here and just read them for days. There are people that Ifa divination readings have been told that they need to get fully initiated into Ifa. There are people that the elders of the night are suppressing their glory. Ifa has identified it, and Ifa has told them what the remedy is. There are persons who have been abroad for 17, 18, 19 years, 20 years without fulfillment. And we've identified the cause of the problems, like you understand? JR, my brother, man, I down low. The problem is, a bunch of I love my brothers and sisters, but a lot of black folks, man, Africans, they are, what did I say to you, man? Black folks will pull daggers on you, man, especially when it comes to the religion that was given to them by their oppressors. They are ready to behead a fellow black man or black woman. They are ready to take you down. It's like, look, let me tell you this, just so that you know that in the grand scheme of things, some random faceless person behind a YouTube name that's talking trash about my spiritual inclination, right? You mean nothing to me. People who are family members, extended family members, right? Some morons, as I call them, somebody left the UK, went to see my parents in Nigeria. Guess what? To tell them that I stopped going to church. And I told them to their face that you don't lost your goddamn mind, because there is nothing, absolutely nothing that my parents are going to do about it. You know why? Because they desperately want me to conform. Oh, it's practicing Ifa now. My father, for one, has come to terms with it, and he wishes me well. Whether they wish me well or not, I'm a grown man, and I make my own choices, and I have peace. I'm walking in my truth. Imagine some uncles who have been in the UK since the 90s who have nothing better to do with their lives. They took their snouts like those of a pig and they went to Nigeria. He's no longer going to church. No. Thank you. It's all about control. And I'm going to drop this bombshell. Since somebody said I'm advertising, There are forces within the family that have known me from when I was a little baby. Rashid, there are forces within the family that have known me since when I was a baby. If you're following what I'm saying now, do you understand? And those forces, they haven't been up to no good. They had a lifetime plan to sabotage my glory and distort my pathway in life. They fly the skies, if you understand. And my full Ifa initiation terminated and broke the cycle. They were enraged. They like you to remain in a religious environment so that you remain spiritually naked, so that they can tear you apart when they are ready. The moment you get fortified, it sabotages their evil plans. Do you understand me? And when the ones that fly the sky, when they know you are fortified, I guess they wouldn't want you in their environment. That's right, Helen. So some guy comes on my YouTube channel. Why are you talking about Ifa? I just laugh. You don't even know me. If you know what Ifa can do to your life, on a more serious note, the moment you have an antagonistic mindset, oh, because Phrankleen is talking about something, oh, nobody's forcing you. Just see me like you're listening to a radio station or you're watching a channel. You don't like it? Go watch something else. Easy life. But you can't call BBC radio station, hey man, I don't like this program. Can you stop the program? They were like, okay, if you don't like the program, go watch something else then. You can't stop the program, but you can exercise your free will. Stop watching the channel. You understand? Ifa is amazing. It's a way of life for me. I will always talk about it. So because of my anyone antagonizing, I'm most times flying at night. My brother, a lot of you brilliant, fantastic people. There's a gentleman that yeah, you know what's funny? Namdi. When you say Ifa like Amadi or in Igbo land, the Igbos have their versions. You know, everything falls under the umbrella of African spirituality. There is similarities in the practice. Very powerful. The Igbos, they're powerful in African spirituality. Don't mess with them. You understand? Again, the propaganda from the TVs and all the dodgy Nigerian movies, there's been misrepresentation for years. So a lot of people that exist outside the practice of Ifa, they already have preconceived notions that, oh, it's all about negativity. No, it's not. No, it's not. You understand? Ifa is peaceful. Thank you. It's powerful. There's 1,000,001 things you can use to fortify yourself. Can non-Nigerian practice Ifa? Of course. Ifa is not forced on people like Christian. No, never. Why would you force anything on anyone? Why? But you know what's funny about religious people? There's a lot of them in my inbox, you know. I don't mean that in a bad way. I have a list of people, about 4 people paid today for divination, yeah? There are 2 of them or 4 of them need sacrifices from today. Most of them are church-going people. I love you anyway. Look at Gulo Mongo, don't you love your show? So they got issues. They need help. The beautiful thing about Ifa, African spirituality, it's very potent. You do your findings right now. Yeah, you do your findings right. Do you know how beautiful it is? Do you know how amazing it is to be able to fortify yourself? Nice one, brother. Yeah, nice one. Send me the pictures, man. Do you know how amazing it is that somebody somewhere who has evil intention is trying to throw you some arrows? Bang! It goes back to them, and then you're fast asleep. ah. Will Ifa get angry if you consult it and still go to church? No. The only thing I would say to you is there's no point fooling yourself. It's the societal conditioning. There are plenty of people in church and mosques that are fully, in fact, fully initiated into the order of Ifa. The practice Ifa is blessed them so much. But because what would the society say? They have to keep up with the appearances. So they hide the African spirituality and they stick church and religiosity in your faces. Some of them are watching me right now. Some of you, you know your mom and dads as pastor and pastor Mrs., evangelist, deacons and deaconesses in the core parts of their bedrooms, but you've never seen it before. Trust me. Some of you, maybe when mommy dies or when daddy dies and you're rummaging through their bedroom, their clothing, their boxes, then you see what your dad has been working with. Trust me. Some guy sent me an email and said, Phrankleen, he said, my dad died and I went to Nigeria for burial and we were going through his bedroom and we saw his Ifa bowl, his Ikin Ifa, his kernels. He's been a practitioner of Ifa all his life. He has 4 children and they never knew. The only person that knew was their mom, his wife. And dad died at the age of 79. Did you hear what I said? There are plenty of them like that. Some of you, your mom would wear, they would wear hats, they would wear hats and big hats. You know, they are the forefront of the church. You know them as Pastor Mrs. and whatnot. They venerate the energy of Oshun. They practice Ifa, but they conceal it from you. Of course, a lot of them. When I was going through my Ifa initiation last year, on the final day of completing my initiation process, there were 2 pastors and 1 imam that brought cases of their members to my Ifa priest. And I was like, huh? Yep. There was one of them, a reverend with a white collar. When he saw me, he looked at me because I was dressed in the whole thing. I sat down. We're having a lunch break. He knew I was going through Ifa initiation. And he looked at me and said, Abori boy you. And I said, Abori Boshishe. He had a big Bible. He had the collar. So what they do is, if you go to them and say, Pastor, my husband lost his job, and then they're trying to fire him at work, or I've lost my job, I don't know what's happened. They will tell you, they'll pray with you, and they'll ask you to come back in 3 days. They take it to the Ifa priests. The Ifa priests will use African spirituality to uncover exactly what the problem is. They pay a token to the Ifa priest. They come back to you in the front end and they sit in front of you and they own that information like they've received it from above. And then they will rebrand it and tell you blah, de, blah, de, blah, blah, de, blah, de, blah. And they use that to extort people. Yes. And on a final note, it takes me back to the point. Yeah, that's right. So on a final note, it takes me back to the point where if you're particularly involved with the mothers of the night, right? Because they are dubious, they don't have what it takes to give you remedy regarding such spiritual attack. They will tell you to keep fasting and praying, the problem will be solved. They'll just keep extorting you because they wouldn't touch the problem. A genuine Ifa priest knows what to do. Sacrifices, appeasement, eboriru, do this, do this, do this. Oh, there's a guy that sent me a divination request. He said, Phrankleen, I've been in the UK for about 19 years of my life. There is nothing to show for it. I've lost so much money. I'm not making progress. And then the result came out today and they said it's the mothers of the night. And it's the mothers of the night. And he needs to do this and this and this and this. That's remedy. There's no mucking about, man. Straight. This attack is from your father's family side. This. You were marked from the age of 4 when you were a little boy. They've put a marker on your life. They've done this. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. Straight. No, Shegun's been blocked. He said Jesus is his Ifa or there. What does that even mean? So that's me done. That's the story for tonight. Thank you for the super chat. Let me just look at some of the comments here. Taiwo Oyelade, I'm going to get back to you this week. All right? This week. Unfailingly. Son of Ra. Yeah, like somebody said earlier, I'm going to, in a separate stream, talk about my journey and into Ifa and all that stuff. That will be interesting. Don't you think? Lulu, you can watch a playback, man. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Excellent. I will get back to you. Excellent. Thank you, Isla. Do compatibility checks. Do compatibility checks before you amalgamate your energy with anybody else. If you're with someone already and your Ori, your subconscious is telling you that there may be something wrong, do checks so that you can make adjustments to your life. If you're concerned about your children, it could be you, whatever, do checks. There is a divination result that I sent to somebody today. She said to me, Phrankleen, I need your help, blah, 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 blah. My mother, we've been doing this, we've been doing that. Ifa came back that she needs to stop sharing her details with who? Her mom. Who is involved? Her mom. is behind the setback. Just send me an email, man. Vince, foodchannel1960 @gmail. My email address is in the description. If I said, keep your business away from your mom is behind your setback. She has been pretending for years. Your mom is hell-bent on destroying you. Because why? Some of you might think, wait, hold on. What do you mean her mom wants to destroy her? Mom flies the skies, if that makes sense. Anyway, thank you. That's me done. I'll definitely catch you in the very next one. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Follow me on Instagram at Phrankleen, exactly the way it's spelled on here. Derek, yep. All right, man. I'll catch you. TK Baby, thank you very much. Ruth, Isla, Falcon Black. Yeah, that's right, Falcon. And I'll catch you in the very next one. Peace and love, man. Bye-bye now.